Hey folks, it's ioEther and we're back with some more World of Tanks. As you can see, this is Ninja in his Action X. It's a tier 10 game on Highway, and ooh, I think you can see that he likes this tank. I'm not 100% certain how exactly you might be able to tell that he enjoys this tank. Anyways, this is the tier 10 British medium tank, the Centurion Action X. This thing is just a tiny bit overpowered. It can turn, turret traverse and track turning is faster than it ever feels like it ought to be. And ooh, look at that, he's teamed up with Merker. So the hero from yesterday teams up with the hero from today, and they're gonna go and do some stuff. I'm going to pause this so I can finish talking about everything he's talked about before this thing goes off into battle. Now, if you're shooting at this thing from the front, which, yeah, I've said everything I know at the start of the game. So if you're shooting at this thing from the front, you want to aim for right about here, because that will be his ammo rack. Also, the bottom part of this turret, if you have to aim at the turret, under the gun is, or the cupola, but I'd recommend under the gun with some gold, rather than the cupola. We're gonna let him get onto some flat. There we go. That's a better look at his turret. So most of the time, if he's on a ridgeline, you're gonna be looking up at him like this, and don't bother shooting up here. You're just gonna bounce. That's what the turret's made for. This here will probably ricochet you as well, because unless he's turning, those cheeks are nice and slanted. Which means if you're looking at him like this and his gun's pointing at you, this is going to be a hard target to hit. But this should be a fairly easy one. And you should be able to punch through that with a little bit of gold. Assuming you're tier 9 or 10. If you're tier 8, just run away. Anyways, again, if you're looking at him from the front and you have the ability to shoot his lower glacis, then that right there is his ammo rack. And he's not going to be a happy camper. Also, these things have a tendency to light on fire fairly easily, which is why you always carry a fire extinguisher in them. Okay. Last thing to note is, of course, if you enjoy this game, then please do hit the like button, because the person with the highest likes at the end of today is Friday, that person will be sent 500 gold for this week. So far, yeah. And what else did I want to say? That might be it. Is that it? Oh, if you want to support the channel, please share this with your friends and clanmates. Yes, that's what I want to say. So this should be an awesome game from here on out. So he's jumping under the bridge, and the reason he's doing that is because he's going to be able to use this here as a hill, and he's going to be able to just show his turret over the end of it. And since his turret is the strongest part of his tank, other than that gun, not only is he going to be able to do some scouting, he's going to be able to keep himself nice and safe and tucked in here. Now, there is no artillery on the enemy team, so that means that anybody who wants to kill him has to be able to see him and have a direct line of sight. And if they're not past here on the map, they're unlikely to be able to shoot into his sides. Though, obviously they can shoot into his back. And a 183 doesn't actually need to pen, it just needs to hit near him. Well, it needs to hit him with, its Hesh or some HE. Either way, bad things would happen to him. But you can see him playing this ridgeline really well. He's playing both this ridgeline and this one. Well, good lord. The one in front of him and the one behind him is a good use. And hey, look at that. There's the sight of an E100. We'll take that shot every day of the week. And he is loading standard ammo. And he's aiming, look at that, for the tracks. And he takes out the tracks. You can see his eagle line. That's what these are. It shows what's going on the enemy tank, assuming he's within your actual vision range. And so, yep, we chunked that E100 down to almost zero. Never mind, we killed the E100 before it could do much of anything at all. Now these APCR shells fly pretty fast, So you can see he doesn't have to lead the target all that much in order to hit him each and every time. And this 140 has no idea exactly where he's being shot from. Well, I mean, he knows he's being shot from behind. He knows we were here, so obviously where it was shooting him, good lord! And yet, still able to get the snapshot out, kill the opponent, and fall back into cover before anything bad could happen to him. So remember when I was saying this thing is only a tiny bit OP? Yeah. Well, there's a reason for it. Yeah. And yes, this is one of my favorite tier 10 medium tanks. Second only to the Batchat, because there's nothing like unloading an entire clip and 100 to 0ing somebody one shell at a time over the course of like 10 seconds. But the Action X is much better at consistent fire. That's the first flub shell of the game. Probably won't be the last, but we have spotted a 183, so that means there's somebody could have a gun on us, but they don't. That's okay. You can see he took time to make sure he killed the Yagzilla before switching targets. Not necessarily the best idea. If the 183 had appeared on his flank, then it's possible he could have been one shot, which would be bad, and it's definitely possible to pen this thing. The hull of this tank is really, really flimsy. It's only the turret that has any kind of actual armor on it, and the gun is amazing. We're gonna... Yeah, so... That obviously went in. Where did it hit us? It hit us right in the side of the turret. So that guy was straight ahead of us, and that still went through the turret. So the turret's only really amazing when it's looking down on somebody. When it's looking up or straight at somebody, it's a lot less amazing. Okay, well, pushing in. One of the many downsides to this tank is the fact that, ooh, nice bounce from the grill. Must have shot the top of our turret. Anyways, one of the main downsides to this tank is the fact that it doesn't have a whole lot of speed to it. It has a lot of get up and go, so it can accelerate quickly up a hill, but it can't like just take off like a bullet. Batchat will just zip on out of there, and once it gets up to speed, that speed is like 60 something miles an hour. This thing is a lot slower than that. Now, yeah, ooh, shooting at that 183 a little bit risky, but if he's pretty sure the 183 is not loaded, then he'll be okay. Though the 183 is probably loaded right now. See, he's done 3,500 and 4,000 spotting damage. Good lord, he's been up here on the front lines long enough. And actually, majority of the enemy most of the enemy team is still down here. And if I can ever talk, we'll figure that out. Nice job tracking the enemy and letting his own team finish it off. So he gets a bunch of tracking damage right there. Every chance he's got, he's blown tracks off or has done spotting damage, letting his allies finish off tanks if he can. Unfortunately, not able to hit that snapshot, whereas the i7 definitely hit him. So he's going to want to be in a covered position. He's trying to use this hill. The Yagzilla is over there somewhere, but it's behind a building, so we're not actually going to get a shot on it unless it wanders out this way. And it looks like it might actually be wandering out this way. Spotting distance is really good on this thing, and he's looking for that cupola shot. He's still looking for the cupola shot, and then there isn't a shot, unfortunately. Ooh, barrel. Oh yeah, right, that's a 183. Wait, is that a 183? No. It's gotta be a dead... it's a dead patent in front of us. That makes total sense. Just trying to figure out what had a gun break, or the bulge in the middle of the barrel, and all the guns that were coming to mind weren't the right countries. So he is going to be able to put a shot through the superstructure of that thing, assuming he can hit it. Obviously that one last shell didn't hit the front of the superstructure. It ricocheted off the side, and that is never going to go in at that angle. He's still looking for a shot on either the Yagzilla or the 183. He's still got heat loaded. He's much better for shooting at the the ioEther though than the 183, because of the fact that the 183 you can pen the 183 with standing around, so why use something as slow as heat unless you have to. It looks like he might be going for a cap to put pressure on the enemy. No, he's going to go around in a giant circle. He's looking for shots that nobody else has. And you can see it now that he is no longer needing the heat. He's switched away from it. We're gonna accelerate back to normal speed. And he's still... Yeah, nice punching and go around through the side of that ioEther. ioEther, if he's gonna keep doing this, we're just gonna keep putting rounds into him. And it looks like he is in fact gonna keep doing this. Ninja's looking for that shot on the front drive wheel, misses unfortunately. And now there, ioEther freezes, looking for the... that's a bad spot to be. Assuming he can see you, which is the best assumption when you have 400 health and there's a ioEther in front of you. Just assume he can see you. Because if it turns out he can't, then you're fine. If it turns out he can, you're dead if you don't back off. Or at least put some cover between him and you. Unfortunately, it looks like that last shell contacted the very front and didn't go into the ioEther. But that one went in. And aiming and popping that one. Unfortunately, when that hits the ground, you can see the ioEther is only damaged on the tracks and nothing else. So, oops, there we go. Blows his tracks off. Has them side on. Apparently no other friendlies are going to shoot him though, so it's up to us. It kills his driver. The ioEther is going to be significantly slower after that. And misses a shot on the T-57 Heavy. And there's still 5 enemies left. And they're close enough. They're closer to us than our allies are in some cases. Mostly I'm talking about this 183 that's right here. But he's kind of got to kill the ioEther before he can focus on the 183. Except no allies achieve victory, because allies are annoying sometimes. And they decide to cap out instead of finishing off. Now, I actually, in this case, I agree with the decision to cap out rather than killing the entire enemy team. The thing is that with the 103B down here, for... I have an alarm going off for reasons unknown. Anyways, and our other 183 over here, and the girl way down here, like, these three are not in the fight. At this point in time, the only one in the fight is Ninja, and he is just defending the cap. If he wasn't defending the cap, he would be a bit more aggressive, maybe up here. He would have had better shots into these guys from there. But either way, like, he made this worth his while. And this was a good job to cap, but, you know, more damage could have been achieved if there hadn't been cap. Though, at the same time, we quite possibly would have lost this. So, you know, teach their own. Win some, lose some, right? Mastery Badge, Ace Tanker, Spotter, Bruiser, Fire for Effect, High Caliber. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't end up with a Confederate, to be honest. Since he definitely hit enough people. Someone else get a Confederate? How did anyone else? No, no one else got a Confederate. Well, then why didn't he get a Confederate? Good God, 6,000 damage. And tell me you were doing a mission there, Ninja. Tell me there was a mission in here that got itself done, because good Lord, there should have been. If you'd been running a personal reserves, like a credit booster or anything, good Lord, he would have made cash off this, but unfortunately not, and still makes cash. Just because of all the gold he fired, unfortunately, not all of it went in, and thus he didn't quite make as much back as he spent. But still, well done, sir. Great job. It was really nice seeing this tank being used as awesomely as I always known this tank could be used. And thank you so much for showcasing it so well. thank you all for watching. Please do hit the like button if you think Ninja deserves a little bit of gold for this play. And I will see you next time. Please also tell your friends and invite your clan members. Share it. All that good stuff. Let's help this channel grow, please. And I will see you next time. This ioEther out.